didn't have to hold up for it or anything. So, Joe, we're 2 points away from tying this game up.
Does that look? Is that deja vu from Marion last week again? But this opportunity, it's a 2-point conversion. The play of the game right here to hold the lead. Of course, like I said.
So again, what happened is they faked the jet sweep at the 25. They threw the ball deep down the right side, and it was just a great pass. So here we go for the 2-point conversion. They're
going to take
Gate City's going to call a timeout. They were in the wishbone, and they were under center in the wishbone, and Gate City called timeout to see what the look was. Again, on the touchdown play, it was about 70-some yards, and the pass was faked on the jet sweep and thrown, and just a great pass, Joe.
And Garrett, he came into the ball game with over 500 yards passing, about 400 yards rushing. Good dual threat. Of course, we've seen those all season long. Again, last week we saw the same exact thing, but we had the coverage. It just had the great step. It was just a little farther than what we could cover. But anyway, got to put that behind us. Got to shake that off. Again, even with this right here, even if we don't stop them, as they run on somebody.
They had to retape their running back, number 10. Look for number 10, who they just ran half the team over to work on his ankle, Ethan Wynn. They're putting him into the game.
And even if we don't stop him here, we've got the clock. We've got the ability for our big play. So, but of course, like I said, let's stop him here and see what happens.
Here, 2:43 to go. But they're going for the 2-point conversion in the wishbone. They're going to hand the ball off, and he's going to make it into the end zone. Just touched by one of our players right there. Not our best defensive performance of the night, but Lehigh was not going to be stopped right there. When that ball was handed off to number 7, Blake Lewis, he was running like a steam engine, or as the cannon, you might say. He looked like a cannon shooting across through there. They handed the ball off, and we got a couple hands on him, but he was running hard, and he was like he was running downhill and into the end zone. So 2:43 to go, 20-20.
Two teams fighting for their playoff lives.
What else would you expect? Playoff lives. Two teams have struggled all year to win, gone back and forth, penalties.
A few turnovers and
personal fouls.
But like I said just a minute ago, they've got to shake this off. They have the ability, they've got the speed, they've got the size to take this football, own the rest of the fourth quarter, go down and get a score and win this thing. So,
but now we go back and look at that extra point, 21-20. So, but again, 20-20, 2:43 to go as Lehigh kicks off, and they're going to kick it deep, and Mack is going to return it from the 15-20. He's still trying to find room, and he is looking for a hole, and he's going to be bent back at the 24-yard line. Another slow developing run back by Mack. He sometimes slows down looking for a hole, and Lehigh was not going to slow down. They came straight at him right there. And we only got about a 9-yard return. Our returns, again, have not been our strongest point tonight, but give credit to Lehigh. They seem to be a real good coverage team.
They do an extremely good job. And like we said, that most of their kickoff team is running backs and wide receivers.
Yeah.
So, a lot of speed, good tacklers. Again, Gate City with the ball, first down and 10 on their own 22.
Quick handoff as we go straight up the middle. We try to cut it over to the right side, and we're going to get about 5 or 6 yards. I think that's Luke Reed carrying the ball. Reed gets the ball to the 25-yard line. That's going to be a gain of about 4, make it second down and a long 6 as the clock continues to run. 2:12 to go as we speak. Again, we're tied 20-20 after Lehigh had just scored and got the 2-point conversion. But just don't want a turnover right here as we hand the ball off again straight ahead, and not much at all there. I believe Luke Reed again, and this time I believe Lehigh is going to take a timeout. It's going to be third down, and we lost a yard. It's going to be third down, and no, they're moving the sticks. They move it back and forth all the time.
Have been kind of what you would want to say, quote unquote, suspect.
Yes.
So,
but when they move the stick to the left and to the right, and they kind of find it somewhere in the center. So again, it's going to be third down and about 6.
well, and I promise, folks, we'll get some of these scores coming in. Of course, been concentrating mostly on this game. But anyway, 17-7 now. Ridgeview starting to open up against John Battle. Again, hats off to Battle for a great ball game so far. And looks like Happy Valley starting to lay it on Sullivan North. Again, they punched another one in just a second ago. Morristown East 53 to Volunteer 7. Again, that game just now ending the third quarter. So actually, Ridgeview just scored again, 24-7. They scored right before the end of the ball game. So, so they got one there at the end, 24-7. That ball game here just actually went final.
Fast moving game time. We're at 1:54 to go in regulation. 20-20, third down and 5. As Sally's back to pass, he's setting up the screen. We're going to have a first down, and we're going to have first down and more. We're going to have a first down almost to midfield. That screen pass that we missed last week, we got it this week. We set it up perfect. We faked the handoff up the middle. They almost sacked Sally. He waited, got the ball out. We got 5, 10, 15, almost 20 yards on that, Joe. We're at the 45-yard line with 1:40 to go as the clock continues to run. 1:35 to go as we go under center. Sally's going to pass the ball. He's going to pass it. Nope, he's going to be, I thought, it looks like he threw it one time, and we're so far up there that he ended up holding on to it, the old
tuck rule.
Tom Brady tuck rule, because his arm motion went completely like he had thrown the ball, but the ball was back in his stomach. Then he was about to be sacked, and he was able to throw the ball short to Reed, nowhere close, but at least it wasn't intentional grounding. So one of the oddest plays that I've seen this year. Again, his arm made a complete circle and the ball ended up back in his stomach. But he did have 2 Lehigh players on him. So again, nothing gained, nothing lost. 1:30 to go in the game. We're at the 45-yard line as we're going to hand the ball off. It's time to Reed. Reed has got running room. Reed is at midfield. Reed is at the 47, 45. Reed has got enough for another Gate City first down. We're moving the ball, Joe. Moving the ball. 44-yard line. Plenty of time. 122, 120 as the clock continues to run. I believe we have at least 2 of our timeouts. It's going to be first and 10 from the 45 as he looks to pass again, and the pass is going to be complete. This time outside there to Mack. That little pass that he's been trying to get for a long time. Mack was open right there. He sat down in that spot about 15 yards down, and his defender was playing off on him, and he threw a bullet right there. Sally threw a bullet to Mack right there. And, it wasn't 15 yards, it was 10 yards.
And see, they're respecting Mack's ability to get deep because we've shown that all year, and we did in the first quarter, if you remember, he got behind. So they're playing off of him some. That could be an advantage as DeAndre Mack comes to this side.
Mack to the far side as the clock is stopped with the pass out of bounds. And we're going to run it down to about the 31-yard line. And we're not going to call a timeout. Yes. Let's see if. Yeah. We're not sure if they called a timeout or if they're going to run it. They're going to start the clock as soon as they mark it. It's just taking them forever to mark the ball, which is a good thing for Gate City as the clock runs under 1 minute. Again, we're back to pass. He fakes the ball. We've got Mack wide open, and it's overthrown. Oh, DeAndre was wide open, and it was overthrown. But we took a hit right there. Sally took a big hit right there. But again, it was overthrown by about a yard and a half as Mack did everything he could and just couldn't stretch far enough to get it. As Sally comes over to the sideline limping, and but man, he got hit hard just as he threw the ball. It was one of those where he was stretched out and his arm was throwing the ball, and he got hit right in the rib cage, and that was a hard hit. So again, 47 seconds to go. 2nd and 10 from the 31-yard line. Sally under center. It's going to be a handoff this time. Luke Reed, and Luke is going to rush hard down to the 27, 25, and down to the 24-yard line, as there's going to be a timeout, Gate City. So, a lot of excitement, Joe.
A lot of excitement here. 38 seconds left here. Few scores has went final. Galax has come back to beat George Wythe 21-14. Eastside 51-16. That game is final as they knock off Twin Springs. Union 38, Wise Central 13. That game is final. And again, as we talked about, Ridgeview scored one really late, and they take the 24-7 victory over John Battle. Another game that just went final. Graham 44, Virginia High 7. Again, that game being played in Bristol. Morristown East has extended their lead 37-7 over Volunteer. Granger 42-0 over Central. And I think that's about it. I think Chilhowie will retreat. I think went final at 50-0. We'll have to check and see. Greenville, though, now with a 28-20 lead over Elizabethton. That game's starting to get a little bit closer.
Talking about getting closer, it's 38 seconds to go. We'll set it up for you. 38 seconds to go. Gate City has the ball on the Lehigh 24. We're 3rd down and 3. Again, with 38 seconds to go as we're in the shotgun, as Sally looks to throw the ball, and he's got a wide open player. That's Tomlinson. Great throw right there. No, excuse me, that was Jacob Hill, number 21. It's the sure-handed.
Jake Hicks.
I'm sorry, got all excited right there. I was reading the next one right there. Jacob Hicks.
He goes
plays great on defense.
He goes
Jake. Yep. Jake Hicks, great pass and better catch. As we're looking into the end zone, pass is going to be just broken up. Oh, I thought that was going to be interference, as he grabbed a hold of Mac's arms right there. And
18 seconds left.
And Lehigh calls timeout. Lehigh calls timeout with 18 seconds to go. The last two plays right there was a pass across the middle, and that was a really difficult pass as Sally rolled out to the right and threw the ball across his body to the center to Jake Hicks. And Jake's had a great game. He's played great on defense, broken up 2 passes right there, and then that crucial completion right there to get us down to well within, I would say, field goal range, if that's the worst we have to do. It's attempt a field goal.
Quick scoring update. I think I said that DB would have a lead and blow it, but then come back. DB has now officially blown their lead, 21-17. Hardin Valley with 3 touchdowns. Again, that game now in the 4th quarter. Yeah, if you can, Rob, go down there and ask Coach Akers real quick. What is his range in terms of kicking the field goal?
Yeah, I would say he would like to get this last 13 yards. So it's at the 13-yard line, 18 seconds to go, tie ball game. Sally under center, 2 running backs as we want to hand the ball off. We're going to get to the 10, we're going to get to the 8, to the 7, and we're going to call another timeout. No. Oh, we're going to have to, we got to clock it. Why? 7. And we clock it with 1 second to go.
And here comes the
play of the game. Here comes Levi Roten, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't realize we didn't have another timeout, and not really sure why we didn't get out of bounds on that play if we didn't have another timeout. But that's fine. We got the ball clocked.
For everybody just tuning in, a little over 1 second, 20-20. Gate City going for a potential go-ahead field goal with 1 second left.
Literally 1 second as the snap gets ready to go. They're going to call timeout Lehigh, yes, that's why I hadn't got to it.